seen all evening.
Yes, as I say, I think Anthony should have already won this match. I think that he just felt that his concentration wavered a bit, and that's the game. You know, it happens to a lot of people, but as I said earlier, it rarely happened to the greats. One of them up in the studio, Stephen Hendry, was just very ruthless in just dispatching players. I'm not saying that Anthony won't win this match, but from those couple of chances, this match would have been over. He'd been probably having a bite to eat by now, but it separates the very good from the great. And Steve Davis was exactly the same. I mean, he would take great delight in beating you as easily as he could.
Bingham is the world number 2. Anthony Hamilton is the lowest ranked player in the tournament. Officially, world number 33, but with the 10,000 world ranking points he's guaranteed from this tournament, Hamilton will rise to number 27, and if he wins this match, Neil, he's up to 25. And
Stuart Bingham, in shot, he's the man who's got all those ranking points coming off for the World Championships when we go to the Crucible Theatre in mid-April. And I guess winning in Cardiff the Welsh Open would have certainly made him feel a lot better about that. Got a few points back and a title under his belt.
Frame 6. Stuart Bingham to break.
Just the scintilla of doubt might have been planted. No need to panic yet, but I think if you were to lose this frame, suddenly it's human nature, you start to feel the worst.
Oh, that's a fantastic shot. With left hand check side, and the side was there to avoid the cue ball crashing into the pack. This is just a top draw for me.
Bingham knows all about Hamilton's break-building capabilities. When they met in the first round of the Welsh Open last year, Neil, Hamilton won 4-1. And in the last frame, he was 71-0 down. Bingham was almost certain to win it. And Hamilton cleared up with 72. And this is the kind of position in which he normally thrives.
Well, he's always been a big break builder, with a prolific scorer. I mean, he's involved in that record with Kyron Wilson, isn't he, in a qualifier last season? 6 centuries in successive frames between them. Which takes some doing.
Four.
But right now, we know he's made 2 centuries in this match as well. You know, he settled for 50 or 60 at this point and get this match over with.
Your career paths must have crossed, Neil, with Hamilton. He turned pro in, was it 91 or 92? Have you played him much?
Yeah, we played. I think we were 1 each. I certainly beat him, and I think he beat me towards the end of my career, as most people did actually, towards the end of my career. They all beat me, but no, I did play him a couple of times. He's always queued up almost exactly the same. And he's an absolute gent as well, by the way. I know it's something you say about most people, but he is really top bloke, very respected and liked
19.
from his peers and people that he knows from the snooker club. Everyone likes him. It looks like he's screwing into him here. This is a big shot. Now, it's one of those shots you've got to give just a little bit more because you don't want to be stuck on the top of the bunch. And he wouldn't mind it giving it a fraction more than that. He's on the black. But it's a little bit thin to hold for the next red. Very well played, and he's a beauty. Decided to play into the bunch for a second time in successive shots there. Now the reds are just beautifully placed. Just a bit of awkward queuing here.
Well,
this is how he likes them. Again, all the cannons are going to work, aren't they, with the reds like that? Whichever way he went into those
35.
couple of reds, he was always going to finish on about 3 different shots.
And that's why he is such a good break builder. It's all about maximising options, and that's what Hamilton does so well in and around the black.
$36.
Well, based on the angle he's got here, he's looking at maybe a red to the right middle. He's just off straight. Not an ideal angle. But he's on that red to the middle.
Now this is the
43.
The first real pressure ball, I suppose.
Maybe both reds might be available here. Certainly the middle one is, it goes past the red that's above it and the pink. Well, you can see, I think they both are on. Very nice.
44.
Confidence, intangible, but definitely something that comes into the equation when you talk about a player. And right now, I don't think Hamilton's ever had more confidence.
No, and don't forget the opening red here. Tremendous. He used left-hand check side, sort of shot where he's half trying to get away from the reds as well as pot it. And it makes the pot about 10 times more difficult with all that side. But never touch the sides, and it might turn out to be the start of a match-winning break.
Yep. 50.
That seemed to be quite a dull contact, so our referee, Desislava Boshilova from Bulgaria, cleans the cue ball. Stewart looking glum, understandably.
Well, not quite as far as he would have hoped. Didn't really want to be using the rest for this next one.
55.
I think he felt he would come further down the table from the blue than he did.
Identifying the importance of the shot. Knock this in and it could be the beginning of the end.
It's a little bit far for the blue. Playing a bolt colour, even though the reds are quite well spread, doesn't offer guaranteed position on any of those 5 reds in the middle of the table. Played the blue and screwed into them. It's a little thin, but that's a possible. Well, he's got the cue action, but he just needs to get the cue ball to a prime spot here. Well, he's massively overhit that.
$59.
Time to walk away from this break. He wanted to win the match from it, but it's time to slip in the safety shot, keep the pressure on, take second prize and play good safety. You're not going to try and move that red out of the play either. He's going to leave it on the cushion, the one that he's glancing off. I'm not entirely sure he played that. I mean, he's good, but I don't think he's that good. But either way, it's a pretty good end to the break.
I think the raised hand as he walked away from the table tells us there might have been a little bit of luck involved in that.
I know, actually, if he didn't play, it was quite a bad miscalculation too, because he'd always play for the bolt cushion there. Anyway, it's all worked out for the best, unless you're Stuart Bingham. Well, that's a shot I've seen him play a few times, and to be honest, it's half guesswork for me. Screwing onto the cushion like that, you have no idea where the balls are going to finish. Certainly not first go, anyway.
And he can't afford to give away too many penalty points here. Still okay, but not unlimited leeway. He's 63 behind, 6 reds left, so 75 still there.
Well, he likes this shot to screw it onto the cushion. The cue ball would certainly bend, but really, he hasn't got much of an idea where the balls are going to finish. He's done well. He's done very well. He's weathered the storm. Again, Hamilton will not be moving that red on the left cushion. That is the safeguard. I mean, it's the easiest red to play safe from, that red, but he just doesn't want to touch it because the table is dangerous. All the reds on otherwise. He's got to have something on a cushion. And he could have really done with cover there. He's left a shot to nothing red to the left corner here. Cue ball certainly coming back into bolt from this.
Yes, and 2 more reds close to cushions, which makes Hamilton's life easier. Of course, Neil, the last time that Stuart Bingham was in Llandudno, he almost captured the title. It was the World Grand Prix last year, lost in a decider in the final to Sean Murphy. Very different this time. Could be making an immediate exit. Should be making an immediate exit.
Yeah, I think the point you made earlier about those other two reds going safe has played a huge part in this. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's become even more difficult to win the frame. Well, there's a little glimmer of light. Stuart gets some sort of a chance. Wow. And that really surprises me, and that might be that. That'll be to a great relief to Anthony Hamilton. Okay, the match wasn't getting all that close, but I don't think he would have expected Stuart Bingham to miss that one. The first red after getting a chance.
One.
It's not one of his best. In fact, it's a terrible shot, because any colour, high value, then it would have been Snooker's needed. Now he's on the yellow, or possibly the green, and it means that Bingham can mathematically still win the frame.
Yes, if he pots the green, he'll be 67 ahead, 67 on, so the most Bingham can do without recourse to penalty points is to force a respotted black.
Nice shot. Well, he can tie, but Hamilton with the red that you'd fancy him to get, and this will be match ball. And it's not a scoreline I would have expected, I have to say. No, we beat him in Berlin in the German Masters, but I thought this was going to be a tight game, one that Bingham deserved to be favourite to win. But the Hamilton story is continuing. It wasn't a flash in the pan, Phil, winning in Berlin. He's continuing to play lovely snooker.
And this, bear in mind, is a player who, on his own admission, before he reached the quarter-finals of the English Open in October, was low on funds. Needed cash, and now he's got cash aplenty. £15,000 if you get to the quarter-finals here. And Hamilton, at the moment, has got 1 foot and 4 toes there.
Then Hamilton 5.
In the quarter-finals for Hamilton, it's going to be either Ding Junhui or John Higgins, and it will be really interesting to see how far he can go. He's won now, and that means, at the very worst, he's going to leave Llandudno 25th in the world rankings. I saw his father Cliff before the match, and he got a smile on his face as wide as Llandudno Bay, and now he'll be beaming with every justification, Neil.
7.
Yep, pleased to see it. Playing well this week. We're seeing the very best in the game. Anthony Hamilton is here on merit, and it's good to see. Refreshing, actually, to see someone
14.
so popular playing so well. Congratulations to him on this win.
He's a veteran, Anthony Hamilton, tonight again. He's a victorious veteran because he's beaten the 2015 world champion, Stuart Bingham, by 5 frames to 1.